Carry on my wayward son. There'll be peace when
You are done. Lay your weary head to rest.
Don't you cry no more. Yeah, there you go, man. All right, guys. Welcome one, welcome all, brother, to the Wrestling Council. We are back for episode number 19 of this bad boy. I am Antonio Bryce, and to the right of me, Jokers, to the left of me, well, Yule Carter. What's going on, Yule? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great, man. I'm really looking forward to the show tonight.
All right. I'm looking forward to it too. I have titled this episode Goldberg because I want to talk about Mr. Goldberg.
Mr. Goldberg, I got things to say about him.
Yeah. Okay. Now, right underneath me is the man, the myth, the legend. He went just a week ahead. What was it? A week ago?
You went ago, baby.
Yeah, AEW Dynamite. He was also featured on this week's episode of AEW Dark. You can see him getting the hot box from Sonny Kiss when I mean, did you know it was so funny? Sonny did the little ass thing, and you guys over there holding up the sign. I was like, oh,
dude, for a second, I'll be honest with you, man. For a second, I was like, do we really want to hold up the sign right now?
Yeah, it was so. I was like, there were a couple of key moments on the AEW Dynamite from the previous week when Jericho was coming out, and I was like, dude, you're not holding the sign up. But Sonny Kiss holding, and then here you guys. I was like, oh, here we go. So, but Comic Book Bob, welcome back. You did great. Obviously, we loved talking to you about it last week. But the man of the hour, my brother from another mother, he is the innovator, the originator, the creator of the S&B Network. My Boogie.
Your Boogie.
Yeah, my Boogie. Boogie Woogie.
That makes me feel special.
Yeah. All right. Look. Boogie Bentley, how you doing, brother?
Tired, man. I just finished Dynamite. I went to bed last night at 8:00. That 2 a.m. stuff Tuesday night, that ain't for me, man. That ain't for me. I had to be up at 5. I got 3 hours of sleep Tuesday.
Oh, dude.
Suck it up.
I was in the bed. And then I sent that super chat just to say, hey to Clinton, thanks for coming on. And Ethan's like, Boogie, you want to come on? I just got up out of the bed, man, put my glasses on and went downstairs, and I'm paying for it.
And so that is 2 Ethan encounters in like less than 2 weeks because you were streaming with me and Ethan was in the chat and I invited him on and Ethan came on and chatted with us. He chatted with us for like, 20 minutes or so?
Yeah.
And then, he had a little conversation there. He was like, well, Boogie? It was weird hearing Ethan say Boogie. I'm like, well, Boogie.
At least he didn't call me Boogie like Clint did at one point.
Boogie.
Mikey Wood said I became a legend this week, hell. I'm just a dude, man. I'm just a dude. I appreciate Ethan giving me the opportunity because there was some negative feelings from some people that thought I trapped Clint. I appreciate him bringing me on and getting the story straight. And hey, that invitation set up an epic live stream.
Yeah, well, there you go, man. A salute to Clint Sweetcast. He was just on last week, and we had a great chat. And I appreciate those of you that are hanging out, that are kind of just kind of sitting there coasting, waiting on me to go live for this. You guys were in the chat when I had Richard C. Meyer and the great Chuck Dixon on this channel earlier talking about Expendables Go to Hell, which almost 94,000. They getting that bag, so I appreciate that. Yeah, man.
$250,000 easy.
Those $1,000 covers, the fly ones. Woo!
I'm jelly as hell, man. If I had the money for that, I'd have snatched that up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, I was like, I know Stallone doesn't just sign a bunch of stuff, so I was just like, that dude's a legend. So you guys know wrestling is fake, right? Yeah,
how dare you,
Mr.
Fake?
Wrestling's not fake.
It's real to me.
Well, it's like who was that wrestler that whooped John Stossel's ass when he was doing that? I saw that on.
He wasn't like a big time guy. I can't remember who it was, but Boogie, what would you do? Boogie, what would you do if you had some interviewer just saying wrestling's fake, right? What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I got 2 teeth knocked out of my head
from a reporter
from pro wrestling match.
Oh, there we go. We got
there you go. Dave Schultz. That's who slapped the reporter.
And he said Vince put him up to it, by the way, and then Vince tried to get him to sign a paperwork saying that he didn't put him up to it.
That's a different time too, man.
He didn't want to sign the paper. Vince let him go. So.
Speaking of knocking out a couple of teeth, man, that women's match in AEW Dynamite.
Did that really happen?
My teeth really got knocked out. Bob.
Yeah,
come on,
it's done. But man, dude, can we talk? Can we just take a moment to just give wrestling its due this week? Wrestling was huge this week, man. It made it all the way into the impeachment trial. You know what I mean? I mean, like it was
Linda
everywhere.
There or something.
Oh, there were some comments, man, and there were some salty responses too, man. JR came out swinging.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. There was a lot of wrestling.
Yeah, and then on top of that, man, Corny and friggin' Meltzer going at it, man. They were throwing some heat.
Omega was involved with Cornette today too. I think it was today.
Because Kenny Omega, Dave Meltzer had tweeted. That's why him and Cornette got into this pissing match, and Cornette actually told him. He said, "F you." He talked about it on the drive-through yesterday, and he, part of what caused the argument was because he is very critical of Dave always giving props to Kenny Olivier, who Dave thinks he is one of the greatest performers to ever be in this business. And Jim Cornette thinks he is a jazz hands guy who both wrestled a blow-up sex doll and a 9-year-old girl while he was wrestling in Japan. Obviously, those things did happen, and he thinks that's such disrespect in the business. And he said, I know this is going to make people angry, but I honestly believe that some people should have went old school and broke Kenny Omega's legs when he did this, when he disrespected the business. I mean, that's old school. That's how they used to do it back in the day. When you did stuff, you broke kayfabe and you exposed the business, some of the boys would, hey, it's what it is.
It's just such a different time, man. And Cornette says a lot of things that I agree with, especially when it comes to in-ring product. Don't spit in my face. Respect me as a fan. Mm-hmm. We all know it's a work, but that doesn't mean you have to tell us it's a work. And that's what he's talking about, the kid and the blow-up doll and all that stuff. But at the same time, man, wrestling's it's so different.
It's kind of funny though, because I was watching AEW and that woman from Japan came in and she was what was her gimmick, Bob? Do you remember?
The magical girl, Yuki Sakazawa.
Oh, yeah, I was like, this is if there is a problem with Japanese wrestling, this is it. If there's a problem with lucha, it's the hand holding, like here, take my hand, do-si-do, and it's soft as hell. Yeah. So you have wrestling that's really awesome in Japan, but they've got the really cool showmanship, but people like that. But when it comes over to America, a lot of times it just kind of falls flat.
Yeah. And by the way, I was hoping you guys would catch the joke there. I actually purposely did the same thing that JR did when they introduced her. He called Yuki Sakazawa. He called her Yuki Sakazawa, and her name is actually Yuka Sakazaki. So
Yuka Sakazaki.
Yeah.
I was like, is that some pronunciation thing that I don't get? Why did he call her that?
No, that's the thing. That's why, like when Chelsea Green,
I don't blame him.
No, it's not a rib. He's doing that shit legitimately.
I think he's doing it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, JR.
Yeah, he's
loving it on purpose.
Dude, he can't keep these people's names straight and stuff. And that's what is scaring me. It's like he's having senior moments on air.
Yeah, but we're talking about Japanese names. I'm having troubles with it.
He's getting the American names wrong. Malcolm Jacob Friedman. What do you call it?
Malcolm Jacob Friedman or something?
Those letters and
did you see Dave Meltzer's response to Cornette talking about the blow up doll and all that stuff? And he was saying how it's a joke and all. And Meltzer said, "You're talking about you're coming from a guy that carried a tennis racket, his team used to crawl to the corner and hug him. What are you talking about, man?
Dude, he did not like that, man. He immediately started dropping F-bombs after that.
What kills me though is Cornette acts like a tough guy talking about slapping people, dude. Who's he gonna beat up? Who's he
now?
gonna beat up?
To be fair, though, remember, he does have a history of getting angry at either fans or one of the boys and slapping them, and sometimes other people had to clean up his situations. But that's how Santino Marella got his job in WWE, is because he laughed at the Boogeyman when the Boogeyman came. Everybody else was like, "Oh, Boogeyman!" and Boogeyman came out, and Santino laughed his ass off, and then Jim slapped him.
Yeah,
for exposing the business.
But he just took it, man. What happens when he slaps him back?
Well, yeah, he took it and he called WWE and filed an HR complaint. They go, bring him up.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing though. Yeah, Jim will do that, but I guarantee you he wouldn't do something like that to Brock Lesnar.
Exactly.
No, remember he
wouldn't do it to you, Bob.
No, hold up. You got to time out. You got to go back on that history. Brock Lesnar was down at AEW, grabbed his wife or girlfriend at the time, Stacy. She had just had a clitoral piercing.
Mm-hmm.
And she was very clear about that and asked that Brock, when he was supposed to body slam her, and she asked that Brock be gentle down there because it was still very sensitive. And Brock started telling the other boys, "Oh, I'm gonna grab her all up down there," and all that. He was doing it, and when he picked her up, he actually made sure he kind of pinched her in that area and slammed her. And obviously, she went to Jim and complained. And Jim was like, "Look, I'm not gonna fight you. I always know I'm gonna get my ass kicked. I will shoot your ass." He told Brock Lesnar he would shoot him in front of the boys down there at OVW. That happened.
Yeah.
Mikey Woods asked if we've seen the Cornette Dairy Queen rant. I wonder if we could play that.
Yeah,
you think we could play that on air? Or you think it would get killed?
It's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, it is on YouTube.
I don't know.
You're worried about it. Don't do it. It's
we'll do it at the end of the show.
No, I don't want to get your channel.
Pull it up. We'll do it, man. Let's do it. Let's see what happens.
Let me find it.
By the way, Mr. G, he asked what's been going on with the Hardy Boys.
They were in Impact.
Jeff was injured or kayfabe injured or whatever, and drug illness.
Matt is going to end up in AEW. I think
Matt is getting jobbed out.
Yeah, he's about to head over to become the head of the Dark Order. Which, by the way, that segment sucked balls.
Wait, he's going to be the head?
I think that's what they're going to do with it. I think they're going to try to massage that.
It's going to be like 3 or 4 months after he leaves before they can reveal him.
Oh no, because if he goes through his full contract and then he leaves, he doesn't have to wait the 90 days. He can go.
Oh, he doesn't have to have the 90 days. Okay.
Yeah, really? It's only if they terminate your contract prior to its termination date.
Okay, hold up. I'm pulling up. Boogie. We got the clip. Let's hit it, Boogie.
So anybody that's never seen this, Jim Cornette and some of the boys, Chris Jericho's in the car, went to Dairy Queen after a show late at night, ordered a ton of food, and apparently Dairy Queen did not think it was a real order.
Yeah, it's all true. God, I get a whole van full of people. Don't you order true?
You guys got like 2 months worth of footage now for the CCW.
Yeah.
And you know those two two double cheeseburgers were extra cheese only, nothing else on them. Just extra cheese only, that's it. Extra cheese, nothing else on them. We figured you'd have that already by the time we got up here. Didn't know what? Didn't know whether to fix it or not.
I love how he goes from 0 to 100. It's kind of like a joke. It's like, we figured you'd have that ready. Well, we didn't think it was a real order. Well, what the? Now watch how it just goes to 100. Here we go.
Right. We wouldn't have ordered it if we didn't want it fixed. God damn. What a fucking idiot.
This is a fucking comedy show? Does this look like a fucking comedy bus to you?
You know what? Hey! Don't you like me to goddamn come to that fucking window cut you?
Oh, so you got
there we go.
He needs his tennis racket.
Hey! We ordered the damn shit because we're hungry, not because we wanted to fuck around. Don't cuss me, you fucking ugly bitch. You've been waiting 15 minutes to motherfucking line, you stupid son of a bitch. Anyway, we ordered goddamn $30 worth of fucking food and sit here for 15 minutes and they don't even start fixing it till we get up here because they think we're fucking joking. We've been sitting here 15 minutes. They don't even start the order.
Is that good enough?
Oh yeah, that's great, man. That was that's fucking
Oh my
fantastic.
God.
I love it.
Oh, it never gets old. I've listened to it like 500 times. It's so funny how he
There you
goes
go.
from joking to so pissed off.
Someone actually mixed audio of that into. He had a Jim Cornette's interest song thing going where and people have been sending him different like 90-second intros or whatever. Someone mixed part of that. He's like, "You ugly mother," I
love Jericho in the back too. Jericho's like, "Don't let them talk to us like that."
Oh gosh.
It's so good, dude.
Oh, that's I'm in tears. That's hilarious, man. Classic.
Any of his shoot interviews are great. He's got several out there. His you shoot great. Yeah, all that stuff is great.
The stuff he did over with the the What Culture guys when he was over in the UK. I think that's where we got the cornet face meme. Where he was doing that.
Oh,
They flew him over there, and he had never been to the UK before, and he went over there and he actually he did a couple of shows with them, and I was like, that whole thing was great, man. I was like, Cornette is a lot of things, but he is not boring.
No, he is so entertaining.
As I said, man, I disagree with him on a lot of his stuff, but he is never not entertaining.
Now, when he talks about Trump, he is out of his mind.
Oh, dude, he's got like somebody actually put it in there, man. He's got full on TDR.
TDS.
Wild, crazy. All Republicans are, and this and blah.
Yeah, he knows how to milk their money, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't hate them so much that he isn't willing to take their freaking money.
Oh no!
I mean, he'll play the angle too, so that they get ornery. You were saying it on chat earlier today, Antonio, that he doesn't shy away from saying things that are not cool.
Hey, he likes to. He's like wrestling is about an emotional reaction. He said you have to learn how to draw an emotional reaction. If the fans don't care, they either need to love you as a babyface or hate you as a heel. If they don't care, which is what a lot of these outlaw mud show people are doing, that is why they're playing in barns. They're doing mega flips in a barn somewhere in like Idaho.
I agree with him on that. I agree. Yeah. When you're a heel and you do cool stuff, it kills the babyface. It's like when the New Day used to be heels and they would come out and be funny and silly and everybody was laughing. Well, then when they got in the ring with the Usos, nobody cared if the Usos lost. Because the New Day was funny. They liked the New Day. That's why they had to turn them babyface. And that's why the Jericho song thing, as fun as it is, especially if you're there live, he's got to shut that down if he's going to keep being a heel. It hurts.
You know what? And be honest with you, he's trying to.
You know what he should do? I told a friend at work, Brian Caraway, in the chat, told him this week. I said he should come out next week, no music, dead silence, just walk out, and then cut a promo saying you don't deserve my music.
Yeah, that would do it.
Song. No interest. So he would get booed out of the freaking building, and that's what you got to do. You can't be cool and be a heel.
What you could do is sorry, Bob. What you could do is get a group song maybe instead, and just make it kind of crappy. I guess. Don't
they have an inner circle? I thought they had an inner circle theme. I know they have a graphic.
They have a graphic. I don't think they have a song.
Okay. I think they played some random song that I'd never heard one time that had the inner circle like video package.
It probably sucked, and they go, "Okay, we're not gonna play that anymore."
Yeah,
I had to go.
But I love Joey Janela's music, man.
Dude, that 80s style rock riff, man. Yeah, dude, it fits him. He came out with those friggin' those 80s sunglasses today, man. It was really cool.
Oh man, okay. So there was so much wrong with AEW Dynamite this week that you can't have a person coming out and trying to be a legitimate wrestler and they're dressed like a character from Super Smash Brothers. It doesn't work for me. And then obviously Chelsea Green comes in with the bell, and I was like, oh yeah,
you mean Britt Baker.
That match was awful.
Okay, my bad. Okay, yeah, Britt Baker, yeah, DDS.
Why did they have her lose there? Unless it's just a snap and use the bell. I thought she had some steam, even though her matches sucked.
She was coming back. She'd been gone forever or whatever. So I knew immediately she's been gone for a few weeks. She needs to win because she's going to be there working. So if she comes back and automatically has a loss,
Well, my thoughts were they were building Britt Baker up as the heel to move to the top.
Well, I think it was both, actually. I think they're trying to build a storyline with Britt, like really trying to push that heel factor with her. At the same time, they've got this character who's actually very popular. This person, and they're putting her in this match, and you know how it is, man. You hurt the baby face, you're gonna get a lot of heat onto the heel.
Sure, but yeah, wins and losses matter, right, guys? That's what they say. Well, you know whose fault that is? The matchmaker. Don't book that match when you book yourself into a corner.
Yeah,
but
Baker sucks, bro. She's terrible.
She's
DDS, Britt Baker, DDS.
Sorry, she's getting a lot better on her promos. Her promos are actually really good.
Yeah,
I mean, work is she just got no sting on anything.
She's got some legit heat, man, because of her promos. Turning her heel was smart, but she sucks.
Boogie, can I ask you a question? If I put your mouth on those ropes and then kick your head, how hard does that hurt?
Well, that's a steel cable.
Yeah,
it's gonna hurt, but it's a worked boot. It's not like she laid it in.
Yeah,
there was no pressure into the rope. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you did that legit, that would suck.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, dude, she did like legit. She would have lost more than a tooth.
Hitting the ropes sucks. The first time, you know, the old school mentality, like breaking Hogan's leg and all that stuff. You show up for your first training session, you get the hell beat out of you. Well, that's what happened to us. Me and Adam Wade Adams showed up. We got beat up by an amateur wrestler, stretched silly. We had to do 5,000 squats, and then we had to start hitting the ropes. And those ropes, man, we got done. And I went to a buddy's house that had a hot tub. I was like, I got to come over, man. I'm in so much pain. And we go to get in the hot tub. He's like, dude, your back is nasty. And I just had bruised lines all the way across my back. That's one thing that people do not realize how much that hurts.
I actually did a wrestling thing one time, and then I hit the ropes, and I was like, nope, I'm done.
It sucks, man.
Okay,
bullshit.
Since we talk about lines on back, do we care about all the photos that have come out of Cody with the lines?
I think the angle was great.
I wouldn't want to take that. Would you?
Yeah. I was like, boy, I was like that. Those appear to be legitimate whelps.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
his back. That one. Yeah, you can see it, man. His back was starting to get inflamed.
It was actually bleeding.
I was showing my brother, and he was like, "Wrestling's fake."
Ask him if you could whip him 10 times with your belt.
Oh, I whipped him.
Let some big ass dude like freaking Wardlow.
We used to play off the sofas.
Okay. But I mean, a lot of people are really upset about that angle, man. I gotta tell you, I think it was brilliant.
Wait a minute, now I gotta ask this: did AEW shit the bed here in two instances? Number one, it's the Nightmare Collective angle. If you watch AEW Dark, they did this pre-taped segment with Brandy Rhodes sitting down with a psychiatrist talking about all the stuff. They actually started showing screenshots of fans telling AEW how much Brandy sucks.
Yeah,
this whole thing.
I should have joined in.
Yeah, that kind of thing. And then of course,
Wrestling Council.
Now they obviously have been getting feedback that the Nightmare Collective storyline is dumb. Nobody likes it. They're not getting over with the fans. So I believe that is why they're trying to play like, oh, Awesome Kong is legitimately injured. No, she's not. They just think that this angle sucks and they needed a way to break up the Nightmare Collective. And then they solidified that with Brandy coming out in white.
Smart, but it's smart.
Here's a question. Are they legitimately hanging it up, or are they just trying to retool it?
I can see a retool because the bald girl and whatever that idiot with the deathmatch wrestler, Outlaw Mud Show.
You could pull Brandy out of it though. All it would take is one backstage segment with her and Cody, and her saying I was lost and blah blah blah, and seeing all that pulled me out of it.
Yeah, because I
go back to looking good standing beside the ring.
Yeah, and also the other reason why Kong is gone is because her contract's up. She was only there for a few months.
Oh,
what a waste of money. She didn't do anything.
Yeah, dude, she's probably happy as hell. It's like, I got a check.
I thought she was a road agent.
Walk around and cut hair.
Maybe.
Is she not an agent?
I could see that.
I thought she was a backstage agent or whatever.
She might. My understanding is that as far as her wrestling, it was only supposed to be for a few months, and that was it. So backstage, it might be something completely different. She might be a backstage talent now.
Yeah, that's what I thought. She was trying to help develop the young talent. I mean, she did interviews last year saying that, bragging about all the great health care she got and all this kind of stuff. So it was. Okay. I'm just curious about it.
Other thing too, the pack promo was awesome, but what happened at the end,
dude, you gotta love that.
I'm not a fan of Nyla Rose, man.
Dude, she came up from behind. I thought, as far as Pac selling it, saying it.
His part was fantastic.
It worked well. He's like, I'm not a monster. What is
well,
she
let me ask
called?
you this: wins and losses matter. Has she even been winning? And since when do you just powerbomb somebody in the back and that's signing a contract to have a title match?
All I know is
Nyla's been winning. She won last week on Dark.
I can't wait for Botchamania to do the I am the table scene on that because she didn't put her through it.
She weighs 30.
No, I need to do this out of respect for Nyla Rose.
Oh, jeez, dude.
Oh, I've never felt so uncomfortable.
I don't know. When did she start? She didn't always do that, did she?
No, she didn't. It's weird. I was like, oh, that makes me so uncomfortable.
I'm like, who is
I'm
this
uncomfortable
coming?
now.
Criminal matches. They said, "I am the table."
Oh, God.
Exactly.
Oh, jeez.
The live chat's uncomfortable too.
Oh man. But she does do that though.
It's
That's why
weird,
That doesn't
dude.
mean you have to do it.
That's how we all have to end the show.
No, I refuse.
I'm down for that. Okay,
I didn't sign up for that.
On 3.
Yeah, I'm not. I'm very uncomfortable right now.
Oh shit.
But
Change of
yeah, I
plans.
mean,
Some of the live
and
chat
that's
actually
what
liked it.
That's what Dead Punk Gage is right. They're trying to set her up to be the new Kong, and it's not working.
Dude, I don't. It's like all right. So going back to Cornette really quick, I remember seeing one thing posted about him saying something about like a clothesline. I think it was him. A clothesline. You should throw it and not worry if the guy doesn't duck or something like that. And he's like talking about how horrible these moves are looking. And when you get to like the Nyla Rose matches, especially that one with Swole.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem is you've got some Nyla.
That one was really bad.
If you put Nyla in, you put Nyla in with someone like a Hikaru Shida, they could put on a decent match. You put her in with somebody who's even worse than she is, it's just going to be a friggin' shit show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why we talked about it in our private chat. Why are they using the wrong women? They have so many talent. Sheeta is so dang good. Revo's good. Shanna's good. Yeah. Chris Statlander is amazing.
A lot of them have contracts with other places, though, and the Japanese people maybe don't speak as much English. Maybe that's part of the reason.
Well, part of the thing with Sheeta is the only one I think is a full timer at AEW. The rest of the Japanese women I think are 50-50.
So you mean Riho, right?
Are you talking promo wise, or are you talking calling matches?
I'm talking promo wise.
Okay, yeah.
You know, I mean, Britt's not so wonderful. I mean, she's getting better, but these Japanese women aren't saying anything.
Her being a heel made it better because her promos are easier now.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
because everything she says is true.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're right. But here's the thing: Cornette actually made this point on last week's Jim Cornette's drive-through. He said, "Okay, she's cutting the promo on JR and Tony. She's not going to get in the ring and face JR and Tony. Why is she not cutting the promo on the?" He thought that was bad. He said, "Yes, she actually did cut an improved promo, but she's cutting them against guys that she's not getting in the ring with JR."
Well, I think that's why they put her in this match this week. This week against Sakazaki, so that they could start building her some heat with her with other wrestlers.
I think Britt's going to take the belt from Riho ultimately.
I think it's going to be Nyla. Unfortunately,
I think
we got a bunch of wrestlers in the live chat, and it's really piquing my interest.
Wait, really?
Sweet.
Yeah, there's a couple of them. You speaking my language? Boom, 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 sabida. We could do that.
Hell yeah. He's not wrong. The guy who trained me used to tell me the same thing, and when I caught him in the eye with my first executing a clothesline, my fist. Yeah, dude, man. Like I said, I thought I was going to be a badass. I jumped into the ring to try that out. I bounced off the ropes like twice, and I was like, "Yeah, screw that." I went home immediately. But another interesting thing, man, the ratings this week between AEW and NXT. AEW almost broke 1 million.
Whoa.
They've been close for a while.
Yeah,
928,000.
If they would get that overrun.
That's
We're
like
pulling
4
away.
weeks in a row, right? They've won 4 weeks in a row.
Yeah,
They've
Yeah.
won most of the weeks, man. What they lose? A couple?
they lost.
that
Yeah,
one
one
of
of them
them
wasn't.
One of them didn't count, man.
No, exactly.
Yeah, but AEW 928,000, NXT 770,000. Still, 770 is not bad.
Well, again, I like to say, look at the night. It's 1.6 million people, watching this, and that's only Nielsen's and stuff, right?
Now, if I was Vince, which that's another thing we talk about, the WWE stock dropped because he fired 2 of these people.
Oh, damn. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
And this, oh, wait, was it today? Weren't they supposed to have a meeting today?
They released, I actually saw Hannibal TV talking about it. Sounds like certain things have happened with the
oh, man.
So yeah, I need to watch his video. He was talking about it earlier.
I think they introduced the interim guy today who's gonna take over until they actually hired somebody. But that was a big deal, man, because those guys had been with the company for
13 years. Yeah, well, I know one of them 13, the other one like 11, I think. So.
Yeah, but as far as the wrestling was concerned this week, I think AEW was the better show, a more entertaining show. But I think NXT was the best wrestling.
What about Raw?
That's normal though. That's NXT is almost always the better wrestling show.
I thought this was a surprisingly good Raw. Also,
Raw was better this week. That's 2 weeks in a row that Raw has actually been fairly good. SmackDown
Am I going to have to argue with you guys again?
Again, I'm saying palatable.
I'm not saying
I like
great.
Raw. 3 hours is a hard ass.
They got to cut that second hour.
It's never going to happen.
They do. If they would cut it back to 2 hours, Raw would be really good the last couple of months.
They'll never do it.
Yeah, tight show, and they're trying to fill out garbage time, and but there's a couple of stories coming out because now I saw some wrestlers and people that know the business, dirt sheet people, saying that the Andrade wellness policy violation is a mistake and that he did fail, but he's not on like roids or whatever. I saw that popping up on dirt sheets saying that Samoa Joe got a wellness suspension and that he's not on anything but maybe medication or he's smoking weed or whatever. I was like, that whole thing, that sounds crazy.
That wellness policy is a big work, man. They enforce it on who they feel like enforcing it on. That's it. Well, how many guys in that locker room are doing drugs and steroids?
And Triple H, did they test you?
Exactly. You don't think Drew McIntyre is juiced to the gills? Are you kidding me?
Yes, I do.
That dude eats steroids for breakfast.
No.
So why isn't he suspended? Because it's a work, man.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where it's they can use it as a way of pulling people off television for various reasons.
Punishing people.
Yeah.
Well,
but
I'm trying to
getting back to the
and they don't want him to go to AEW.
The whipping angle.
Oh, yeah.
What do you guys think about that? Do you guys think it was a good angle?
Does it have to be in the South? That's what it really. Could they have not gone somewhere else?
I think their fan base is going to draw better in the South until they build it out.
Man, it's just
they're already touting Atlanta. It's going to be huge.
the
AEW,
the whole deal. Yeah,
as a company that's kind of like, they're kind of suggesting that they are listening.
They should not.
I think that is deaf ears when you're doing stuff like that.
Vince doesn't listen.
But it was good.
Yeah, Vince doesn't listen until he looks. Now, that's one thing about the WWE. They have all these metrics. You be like, Miz sucks. Why is he on television so much? And then they'll be able to pull. They'll go, okay, you say you hate Miz, but we put a Miz clip on the WWE YouTube, and it actually was one of our top 5 videos this month.
Yeah.
They're bringing the dirt sheet back, which that's what I've been waiting on the dirt sheet. So him and Morrison are getting but I think they're about to be the tag champs, though.
Yeah,
which it'd be nice to see Miz with champ, but he's been tag champ so many times.
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to the dirt sheet. I'm not looking forward to seeing Sheamus and Sheamus fight. What's his name? Braun Strowman. So he can because that's the only reason they're doing that angle because he's like that's the only belt I need to be a grand champion.
Yeah. Then they already said that the whole reason they put it on Strowman is just so that Sheamus could take it off of him.
Because the Shorty G match looked stupid. It was.
It's like
it's
He looks stupid.
But like this week on Raw, like here's what I liked about it. I thought the Orton promo was cool. I thought that put some depth into it.
Whoa. Let me start there because I hated that.
Really?
Yeah,
To open the show, it took
kind of
15 minutes.
I do agree with that.
He said is, I owe you an
long.
explanation.
Yeah.
I can't do this, and left. And it took 15. It took him 5 minutes to get to the ring.
It took way too long. I agree with that. But I like the fact that they're letting Orton build a character again.
I see what you're saying.
How is that building a character? He said 7 words.
I agree with you that it took too long, but I think what they were trying to do was the right thing to do. It just took too long. So I agree with you on that.
I love the angle. I hate starting Raw with 15 minutes of wasted air.
Yeah, it was.
And then you follow it up with Lana versus Liv Morgan.
That was awful.
And then you follow it up with Mojo Rawley. That's an hour of the show that is trash.
Hold on. All right, so we had Liv Morgan versus Lana.
Again.
And then afterwards, Ruby Riott came out.
That was okay,
great.
but the match itself sucked.
And kicked Liv Morgan's head off.
That should have been later in the show. Again, what do I say about pay-per-views? Start it off with a bang, finish it with a bang. Raw should be the same way. And that's why I hate when it always starts with a promo. I like that sometimes AEW just starts with everybody in the ring with a match.
Like this, they started off with Moxley Ortiz.
Yeah.
But this was one of the first times I actually liked Drew McIntyre getting over. Like he turned to Mojo Rawley and said, "Oh, are you still here?"
Yeah, dude, I like that. I like that part. That was actually pretty cool. So I agree with you on that.
You know, and he's like, he told him straight up, in 3 seconds, I'm gonna kick your head off, or give him a shot.
And I don't have a problem with that. I don't have a problem with that either. But it goes back to this is how you started the show with 15 minutes of wasted time, Lana versus Liv Morgan, and a job match.
They should have started with Drew.
That wouldn't have been bad.
Owens and Viking Raiders versus AOP and Murphy was a pretty good match.
I thought that was great. I thought that's when they turned the show around.
I did not like Aleister Black versus Eric Young.
Job match.
It's a job match.
Poor guy. He's so talented, and he's a Preds fan too. I love the guy, but
yeah. What do you guys think of Mysterio versus Garza? I thought that was really good.
It was
really
pretty good.
Really solid match.
I really liked his who comes out with him?
Zelina Vega.
Zelina Vega, yeah.
She's great.
Great. They had to explain something to keep. I don't know why. Why did they do that? Actually,
why does everybody in this angle have to be Hispanic?
I don't know.
That's the other thing. Yeah. I know. He's related to somebody.
Yeah, he's related.
He was his cousin. That's not a shoot, is it? That's just
that's real. I think.
Is it really?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Samoans. They're all related. And if you hit them upside the head with a coconut, they go out. We all know that. Is that bad? I don't know. I mean, this is what wrestling
this show, Antonio.
That's what wrestling has taught me over the years. Is what I'm saying.
God.
On next week's episode of the Wrestling Council, Yul will be known as Yul Cornette. That is his new name, Yul Cornette.
He'll be talking about fried chicken in Ethiopia.
Oh God.
My God!
I wish everybody had their cartoon heads, but you guys aren't cool.
I'm telling you, man.
Okay.
Rhea Ripley and the Charlotte Flair thing was okay, I guess. I mean,
it was bad actually. Charlotte was.
Tell you why you're wrong.
I've been thinking like maybe we need to hate stuff a little bit more.
I've been hating everything all day
these
long.
I know. I'm down with Boogie now. Boogie. I'm down with Boogie. Yeah, that Charlotte thing, it was mistimed. It didn't make sense. Rhea Ripley should have come out before she even mentioned the NXT. And Charlotte is it's kind of like me, she drags and is long and is not getting to the point. And
I think they should have just saved it for NXT.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I haven't seen
the only way they can save that is if Charlotte really challenged for the NXT title.
I think that's what's going to happen, right?
I think then I think it's all worth it because that, even though I don't like NXT being a third brand, it validates it. If Charlotte can choose her title and she says, "I want the NXT title,"
yeah, I think that's the whole reason why they did it. I think she's going to go. I think they're trying to push NXT as the third brand. They even talked about it in was it Riddle's in Riddle's and Dunn's promo. They called it this brand.
So we knew that was coming.
Yeah. So yeah, I do agree. I think if Charlotte goes down there, and plus she said before that she was actually happier there than she's ever been anywhere else. So
and if Rhea Ripley beats her,
everybody,
oof, that's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
The Asuka Natalia match was whatever. It's a typical Asuka. I mean, it's technically sound.
Well, thank you very much.
The number one contender match, I don't know what to say about that, man.
I went to bed before it finished.
Ricochet is going to get murdered. He may shoot real life die in that match. Brock is going to kill him.
And we've already seen this.
Yep.
He annihilated him, but it was like, what's gonna be different? It's dumb.
Who else did Brock beat the hell out of in one of those?
And we could have got Bobby gimmicks. Lashley.
Who did? Kofi
Give me
Kingston.
Bobby Lashley versus Brock.
Yeah,
I'm ready for it.
10 seconds. 10 seconds. He beat Kofi in 10 seconds.
So wait a minute, do we still care about Bobby Lashley? Because the way they booked him, I don't give a shit about him anymore. I gotta be honest about
it. No, it's all about Drew McIntyre and Brock.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, man.
Bobby Lashley because of the bad booking choices they've made with him.
I don't care about Saudi Arabia next week.
They need to bring Leo Rush back to work with Bobby Lashley because that seemed like that was working.
Yeah. Leo was so unhappy. He was like, I'm out.
Dropping hints that, he sent out on Twitter. He's dropping hints that you're going to miss me when I'm gone, all this kind of stuff. So I'm like, they need to let him work with Bobby. That seemed to work.
He's got to have a mouthpiece. He can't do it by himself.
Yeah.
His voice sounds kind of soft for a dude that's jacked like that. I'm like, oh, okay.
But,
let me see. I did want to ask, because when we were talking about AEW earlier, the 8-man tag match, did we like that?
I thought it was interesting it was entertaining from a story building standpoint.
Yeah,
too many high spots.
Good booking.
Many high.
It was
spots.
a lot. It did devolve into the typical high spot thing, but I liked the storyline where Hangman refused to tag in the bar.
Yeah, that was great. But everybody's jumping and everybody's catching everybody, and then you do it again, and I'm like, you do that?
Did you see the referee look? He's like trying to be legit. He's like, get out of the ring, Chuck. I'm on a different match. I was talking about I'm going to the best friends match.
Yeah,
let's go. I want to talk about that though, because these two matches were very similar. But it's like Antonio says, everybody's in and out. There's no tags. It's chaos. Did you see when
you can legally tag in touching somebody on the back now?
That needs to go.
You don't even have to do that.
That's okay.
No, that needs to go. It needs to be a legit tag. It needs to be a legit tag.
That's not a legit tag. You're supposed to slap hands.
It's fine. That's
I don't like
hold the tag rope either.
It's like a DH. It's okay. I'm okay with that one.
What pissed me off was Nick Jackson was pinned.
You got to hold on the rope.
He was pinned, and Pentagon hit that spot off of the Butcher's back where I think he hit maybe a.
Oh yeah, well he
Nick Jackson never
pushed
kicked
him
out.
up and over. You know, he kind of.
Well, Nick Jackson never kicked out. He just laid there.
But there were a couple of botches. There were a couple of botches this week.
Well, you still have to raise your shoulder off the mat.
Yeah,
but the Butcher got up and out.
Oh, so he didn't cover him. So
yeah, exactly.
You know what though?
Okay, Meltzer.
Wait, really quick. In the women's match, the Asian wrestler, whatever her name is, she was throwing some elbows, and JR mentioned in some wrestling they can only throw elbows.
Yeah, you know the one thing I will give
all wrestling.
The one thing I will give Sakazaki is when the difference in size and power was very obvious. So when she did throw a move, she kind of did the Darby Allin thing where she was like, I'm throwing my whole body into this. So I'll give her credit for that because at least they're looking at it going like, there's no way in real life that this person is going to beat her.
What I was talking about in the best friends match was Chuck. It was when Chuck Taylor dove over the turnbuckle to soften the blow, whatever that means.
Yeah,
and then he just got in the ring. He just stepped in the ring, and that's how their team started their comeback from the Heat. Was him illegally getting in the ring, and the referee's going, "You got to get out," and he looks at him and goes, 1 second, and then turns around and does the spot, and then Scorpio Sky comes in, no tag, and that leads to the finish. 2 guys in the ring, no tags, and that's how we.
Wait, hold on.
TX.
Hold it, yeah, because I want to touch this because even Chris Jericho got on to the Lucha Bro. What was it? Is it the Lucha Bro? Whoever it was, he was because they said, we were doing Lucha style, and he got on to them for not following the rules.
What they're saying though, you can watch the match and still have fun with it, but it's a slap in the face. Number one to the referee, man. That referee is trying to do their job, and you make them look like an idiot. You make it,
well, it's one thing to look like an idiot if that's what you're specifically trying to do.
Right. Looking the wrong way is looking like an idiot. But when I'm looking right at you, cheat, then I should call for the bell. Now we all look like idiots.
That's just like in that match with Sabin versus Janela. There was a moment where she
Nutella.
Yeah,
Joey Nutella, whatever.
Nutella.
The ref is looking right at her when she grabs Joey's head and smacks it. That's an instant disqualification. And he's just like,
they got to do better. They got to do better.
That's PWG rules.
They have too many.
It is. Rick Knox is just in there like, I don't care if they.
But the thing is they know that people are saying exactly what we're saying right now, especially in that Jericho's saying this.
But I'm saying, because Jericho's getting on to him. He works there, so it's not just trying to sound like Jim Cornette. He works there.
In the PWG and drinking beer and having fun, that's fine. But when it's on national TV and you want to pull casual fans, you got to do better.
In the Being the Elite episode, not the last one, but the one before that, they actually had a segment where the referee was sitting there and they're like inside everybody's head. He goes, "Why don't these guys respect my 10-second tap?" It's like, so they know we're talking about it.
They watch.
They're doing it deliberately.
Yeah. That's why I was like, but that's why I like that AEW Dark segment with Brandy. When she's talking to the psychiatrist, and they started showing all the Twitter messages like Brandy Rhodes sucks so bad, blah blah. It was so many messages. People, the dark. This is stupid. You move on. It's like the people are letting them know. So it is what it is.
And you know what? They're going to eventually. I am 100% confident that they are eventually going to get this thing well oiled and get this thing working. Right now, though, it is kind of a friggin' mess.
But it's fun.
It's fun.
And like we've talked about with the page stuff, the booking is better. What drives me nuts, like we talk about WWE, and we didn't even really talk about SmackDown, but the Reigns versus Corbin stuff, it's old and stale. And the reason it's old and stale is because they've touched each other 500 times. 500. They've had how many matches have they had? How many times have they had their hands on each other? On the flip side of that, look at Jericho and Moxley. How long has that angle been going on? Long time. Everybody can't wait for Mox to get his hands on Jericho because he has not laid a hand on him.
How is that different though than like real sport? I mean, wrestling is supposed to embody
emulate
sport, right? Emulate sport. You don't have a problem when your baseball team goes against your hated rivals 15 times a year or something like that.
That's not a fight. That's not combat sports. You got to compare wrestling to combat.
It's at least a couple times a year.
That's not a combat
Cowboys,
sport.
Redskins.
That's not a combat sport. It's different.
Well, it kind of is.
If you compare it to fighting, imagine if you had a UFC title match and they fought each other 7 times in a row, 7 weeks in a row.
Well,
and then said they did it on free TV.
If I
just look at it this way, like UFC, and they fought 7 weeks in a row on free TV. On the 8th week, it's on pay-per-view. Are you going to buy it?
Probably not.
Right.
But if you extrapolate it, because MMA guys only work like twice, maybe 3 times a year.
True.
And they're not going to work against the same guy all the time. So that would kind of equate maybe 7 or 8 times a year.
But that's why you got to use the right enhancement talent. That's why I had a problem with Britt Baker, because I feel like they were building her, and I feel like if you're being realistic, that loss sets her. It should set her back. It should set her back.
Which if they're doing this as a storyline thing, the fact that it set her back should be why she lost her crap.
Right. Sure.
I'm down with that.
As a heel, she kept her heat by doing that.
Yeah.
But as a title contender, she took a step backwards.
Yeah. And Pristine, just to answer your question, dude, this is all nitpicking that we're doing right now. To be completely honest, man, AEW is one of the most entertaining products out there.
Yeah,
You have the
athletic.
AEW hat on. Bob has a boggin on, and I've got the All-In shirt on.
No, I got my Miz shirt on.
This
Yeah,
Miz guy over
Yeah,
here.
I'm a
One
Miz,
of us
get it.
isn't the same.
You hack.
But,
The one good thing about SmackDown I would say this week, and I'm hoping that this is true, is that it seems like this is the end of the Reigns Corbin thing.
I
Please,
hope so.
God, let it be
If
the
I have
end.
to hear Michael Cole say one more time, somebody's gonna eat dog food.
Or even better,
Dog.
even better, we might be seeing the end of Lashley and Lana and all that stuff going on.
I want both of those to go away.
I
Go
just
away.
want more Adam Page drinking beer. That's what I want. That's my favorite thing that's going on right now.
Dude, I thought I liked the match overall. I thought it was a great storyline stuff, especially, and then afterward the promo when the Bucks confronted him.
Yep.
I thought that was awesome. They're doing a really good job setting up that storyline. And the MJF Cody storyline is, in my personal opinion, the best storyline running in wrestling right now.
And if you want to compare it to something, it's right in AEW still with Jericho and Moxley.
Yep.
Like they
I
are
like that one.
booking. They are booking.
They
their
got 3 or
angles.
4 really good stuff
Cody
going on.
Cody is the most over babyface in wrestling today, and Jericho, I swear, and I think it's a toss up between Jericho and MJF as the most over friggin' heel.
I think MJF because he is a legit.
Oh my god,
Dude, their
There
next
is nothing that
he's
guy
so
does that
freaking
people
young,
like.
and he's so freaking good.
Their next pay-per-view is going to be so good. They've got Pac versus
Omega.
Omega in the Iron Man match.
You've got the Bucks versus maybe not that. That'll be later or earlier.
I think the Bucks are going to win
leading into next week.
Yeah, I think the Bucks are going to become the number 1 contenders there.
And then you have, like you said, Moxley and Jericho,
and then
and
MJF.
Cody.
Cody MJF is going to be freaking insane.
And even if it's Riho and
Nyla
or Riho and DDS, it will be good. I mean, it'll be a good build, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and I like that. I really appreciate that.
On the play, I got to call a timeout because as we are getting close to the show winding down, we can go into overtime. It depends. It looks like the chat is very engaged, so we have to talk about the announcement that Bill Goldberg is coming.
You think I've been negative earlier? Wait till this gets going.
Who is he supposed to be going against?
they're trying to get Sting.
Oh God, I heard that. And he's 61, dude.
And Sting is like, no bueno. Yule's like, I'm out. But yeah, there's a rumor that they get Sting. Dude, there's all kinds of rumors going around this week, man.
The only way Goldberg can have a good match is if it's a squash match. He can't.
Yeah.
He cannot wrestle. He could not wrestle in his prime.
I think it's time for Triple H to come out for that job.
Right place, jacked, cool moves, streak. That was it.
Yeah, Brian Caraway's got it right. It's Oldberg.
I thought Sting was retired after that buckle bomb.
I am changing the name of this stream to Oldberg.
Let me just say, wait, what is this? The 19th episode?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's twice that Brian Caraway has changed the name of the show on Antonio's channel.
It's
All right.
Man.
Maybe we should just leave it.
Yeah.
Start with Brian.
Yeah, let's just ask him what the name is this week.
What's
Yeah, I think Sting has said that if he does come back, which he said, he's pretty much like, I have never come back, but if he did, it would be against Taker. So Dead Punk Gage is right. That's like a Taker match would be about the only thing that you could maybe lure him with. And at this point, I don't even think he could do that.
I would never take
because he's so messed up after that buckle bomb, man. Forget it.
I would never
buckle bomb from Seth. But then there was also the rumor that Vince was asking Jericho, like, "Hey, can you get out of your contract?"
He obviously didn't. He knows he can still draw.
Yeah,
and WWE signed some people also, right?
Yeah, they signed Killer Cross and what was the other guy's name? He's another really good indie guy.
He's a UK guy, isn't he? I know he used to tag with Walter. Damn, I can't remember his name.
Why can I not remember who that was?
I
just saw it. Yeah, was that
Thatcher.
it? Yeah, that's it. That's
Thatcher,
it. He's a PWG guy. PWG.
I've seen him. I saw him in like a really you talk about one of those high school gym type situations. I think I saw him and like Sarah Del Rey and stuff like that back in the day.
And then there's the report that I can't remember how new this is, new or old this is, but there's the report that they signed Brock's son to a developmental contract.
How old is he? I didn't even know he had a son.
I think he's like 18, 19.
Is this from before Sable?
I don't believe so.
Yeah,
Oh, man.
Yeah, he did have a kid when him and Sable got together. Just like she, everybody keeps thinking that Mark Merrill was the dad, and the baby was like 2 when the father died. I think in a car accident. And then and because the reason I say that is there was some shoot interviews. I saw some of the ladies talking about all the foul shit that Sable used to do, and I know Sonny actually said one of the reasons she didn't like Sable was because this, Mark, she treated Mark like shit, and she was going out her way to go, oh, he's not really the father. Oh, he's not. Really
his son Luke. And they showed some pictures of him. He's a pretty jack. I mean, don't get me wrong. He's skinny. He's way skinny. He's really young.
Brock's daughter looks scarily like her.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I was like, oh my god, this is a woman. I mean,
Mark Merrow matches in WCW were actually quite good.
Which is
I
why
just want to say that.
But he didn't have the rights to the Delius character or whatever. The Delicious, whatever. What was that character? Richard. Yeah, Little Richard.
What was Johnny B. Bad?
Johnny B. Bad.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay. I was like,
oh god, I've seen him live more times than I care to remember.
I mean, a horrible gimmick, but he was really not a bad wrestler. I mean, he was really. It was him and a few other people on WCW in their pay-per-views that would really be the glue in the early matches.
But you know what though?
Bobby Eaton.
Bobby Eaton's great. Bobby Eaton's the man.
Cornette and a lot of the other backstage guys like Bruce Pritchard and stuff, they talked about the fact that Vince specifically wanted Mark Merrill because of the Johnny B. Bad character. If he had actually owned that, Johnny B. Bad might have had one of them historic. He might have been a WrestleMania or headliner guy.
Yeah, he used to come out with that stupid cannon thing and shoot confetti into the crowd.
Too cold, Scorpio.
Is this true?
Oh,
yes.
Really
oh my goodness!
Holy shit!
It's like Brock and
that is Brock Lesnar in a way.
Look at that! Yeah, she's pretty jacked too, man. Look at that. One at the bottom says Maya Lesnar becomes Sun Devil.
Holy
you can see her freaking arm, dude. She's
holy cow!
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, how dare you?
It's Venus de Milo. Venus de Milo.
Yeah. Hey guys,
I'm ready.
I'm having a BLT.
Find that. Same time.
Lettuce and testosterone.
What the heck just happened?
Damn.
Dude, you all talking about his son being skinny kind of made me think of. Have you seen the interview with Chris Benoit's son?
I wanted to ask you about that guy.
It's good. Chris Van Vliet. Chris Van Vliet is a great interviewer.
But I don't want to watch him wrestle. I gotta be honest about it.
Why?
Because
it is creepy.
Did you listen to the interview?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I watched it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I have that look.
I like the dude.
He looks like a janitor.
But yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. He doesn't look like his dad.
Yeah,
well, he does in the face.
The thing where he said he wanted to use his dad's name, I was like, dude, no.
Yeah, he said Chris Benoit Jr.
Yeah, Chris Benoit, and he definitely won't. Don't see
bad
that.
idea. Bad idea.
Can we just talk for a moment about Chris
Benoit
Benoit being
8 minutes?
Can we talk about Chris Benoit being the best wrestler ever?
Oh, he was
just
so
for a
good.
second.
He was amazing,
so
dude.
Good,
just for a second.
And here's the thing, what he did was awful, but what happened to him was a tragedy, man.
I think he, they studied his brain. I honestly believe what happened is because of CTE.
Oh, yeah.
They
What
know
they say his
it
brain
for
was like an
fact.
80 or 90-year-old man.
Yeah.
A 70, yeah.
There is also obviously depression, and
Oh yeah.
I imagine there was someone packing bags also.
Eddie's death destroyed him. Eddie was his best friend, and like when he was going, like you said, he was going through really bad time. He was going through depression. He obviously had mental issues because of the brain damage that he had. Eddie was the guy that was like helping him get through it. And when he lost Eddie, that was it. That killed him. And they actually there's a podcast I listen to. It's called The Last Podcast on the Left. They did a really, really good podcast on Chris Benoit and how devastating all that was to him. They took it, like his wife finally got him to go to a therapist. And one of the things that the therapist told him to do was to write letters to Eddie. And he filled journals full of these things, talking to Eddie. That's how devastating Eddie's death was to him. And that was about 3 months before everything that happened. So
I've only seen about 3 Chris Benoit matches since he did his deed. Yeah.
That match he had with Kurt Angle that was like a shoot fight.
Yeah,
that was so great.
That opening bit, oh my god, that was so good. And so like the first one back was the Benoit Bret Hart match, which was for Owen, and that was like the first one I watched, and that was pretty good.
I'm gonna butcher your name. I probably Maldecido 1904 said that. I remember reading that report. They said that the only brain that they examined that was worse than Benoit was Junior Seau.
Dude, he shot himself in the chest, I think.
And he ran off that building and then claimed he wasn't trying to. He off the road. He ran off that road and somehow survived that accident. But yeah, he was trying to. He was trying to suicide.
And he had already written that he wanted his brain to be examined after the fact.
But
he shot himself in the chest. He did that on purpose.
Yeah, he wanted to make sure that they looked at his brain,
dude.
But yeah, dude. Well, they were telling Chris for 15 years. They were telling us like, dude, you got to stop taking those chair shots to the back of the head.
Everybody was taking unprotected chair shots.
Yeah, but
then. It was
taking them to the
glory days.
They always take them to the front. They never take it to the back.
I hear you.
There was a certain section of guys in the wrestling business that was like, it was a badge of courage, man, where like you take a shot to the back of the head. And then you add into the fact that his finishing move was a freaking flying headbutt.
Yeah. And they still talk about Daniel Bryan and he still does it from time to time.
Yeah, and a lot of guys are telling like actually that's one of the things that in a lot of companies now they're telling is like there will be no chair shots in the back of the head ever. And it's dude, man, yeah, like the amount of damage he put on himself in a very short amount of time that did him in. But yeah, he was absolutely, dude. I loved that guy, man. I loved him to death. I thought he was one of the best wrestlers of all time.
I would encourage anybody to go listen to his son's interview, Chris Van Vliet.
It was really,
it was a great interview. I just don't. He doesn't have. And matter of fact, if he had the look, I'd be like, okay, yeah. Because I got to be honest, Flying Brian's son doesn't have the look to me either.
No,
and
he's worked. Flying Brian really had the look.
I love Flying Brian.
Dude, JR made him so
look at
good
Bill,
back in the
man.
day.
He's got a physique, but he's tiny.
Dude, that angle he had with Austin, he looked like a legit lunatic. He looked crazy.
Yeah, and the gun and the whole thing was that was legendary. Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
Is that too real? We're talking about, I mean, we see like Chris Jericho's spiking, Dean Ambrose John Moxley in the eye. And,
Hi, JR.
It's an extension. Whoops. See?
Next week. JR Carter.
Okay, sure, Shada.
But
when on Dynamite. No, when JR called it, he said, "What do you call that, Excalibur?"
I thought that was funny. I thought it was awesome, funny.
Dude.
But yeah, I mean, and then he like brings a gun into the situation.
I don't know. It's weird because sometimes I don't like that stuff, and sometimes it's like the Dark Order. When it started getting real, I started liking it more. Mm-hmm. Or like Lucha Underground. If you ever watched that was some out there
dude.
Stuff.
Yeah. And when they killed that dude in the jail cell, that was the best ever.
It's weird, man.
Kill fools on this.
Sometimes I love it, and sometimes I'm like, this is too much.
Yeah, dude. Oh man,
I'm a hypocrite.
I'm hoping you're okay then, man. When I first started, every time I took a chair shot, it was the back of the head, dude. I'm really hoping you're okay, bro. Because that is nothing to mess with, dude. But I feel bad for Abdullah Butcher facing some of the lawsuits he's doing. Dude, Abdullah Butcher got messed up.
Dude, there's so much
all
mixing of blood and everything.
He lost a foot. He lost his feet, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, I think that's true.
I think he got from diabetic gangrene. He got it in his feet.
Kamala's had his foot amputated.
Oh, that's Kamala. That's Kamala the Butcher.
Oh, Kamala did, yeah.
Yeah, I think they did like a fundraiser for him or something.
Kamala interviews are some of the saddest interviews there.
Help him get the medical.
They paid me $50 to show up and put
Iron,
over.
Iron Sheiks, man. They're funny, but they're sad.
Dude, he had a boner when he lost to Hogan. When he had him in that camel clutch, supposedly he had a boner.
You're looking for you?
No, I was telling you, this is what he fucking said. Sorry. He said,
Michael Nakazawa. Come on, guys.
Dude, Hogan's head is in Hogan's bald head back then. It's that hair in the back. And the Sheik's dick is in the head.
Hogan, I put you over Jabroni. Oh, Sheik.
This is the one.
America.
Lost control.
Iran number one.
I remember when that match was on, Boogie, and I sent out that text. I was like, dude,
yeah,
does Nakazawa got a freaking boner?
And he did.
He did. It was like, oh, God,
it's like, dude, you can't wear nut huggers and just,
you know, Sean Spears had to be like, after that match was over, the back was like,
never again.
Just goes, no, never again, man. We're done.
I think
you got to wear a dance belt at least.
He hasn't wrestled a single match.
Is the name of the show now Oldberg - He had a boner?
He had a boner.
Oh God,
boner. R.I.P. I just want to say that right now.
We're about to close it out, but I want to ask all of you. The three of you can answer. Cain Velasquez returns to WWE when? Shoot.
Never.
WrestleMania.
I don't want.
That's more of a SummerSlam, right?
Yeah, that might work a little bit.
Yeah, because Brock beats Drew McIntyre, and then it's Brock versus Kane at SummerSlam.
Are you kidding me?
Brock beats Drew McIntyre. People are gonna freaking riot.
Drew
is that'll be even better. That'll be even better. People hate and get mad. That's great.
Oh my God!
Look at the reactions you two just got by me saying it. So let's do
it.
it.
I'm thinking of how people are gonna react more than, or even how it sets up nothing going forward
to beat him. Cain Velasquez he ain't gonna say I'm coming in and just losing.
Yeah,
so he could beat him and not have a belt.
It's the rubber match.
If they're gonna bring Cain Velasquez in anytime in the next 4 months, he better be in the gym right now, figuring out how to freaking be a damn wrestler because he sucked balls.
You can't learn how to wrestle that fast.
That was the worst work I've ever seen.
It was awful, man. And let me think. I'll be honest with you. I like Cain Velasquez. I thought he was a great MMA fighter. He sucks as a wrestler.
Oh yeah, he's terrible.
Of course he does. You don't just all of a sudden learn how to wrestle. It ain't easy.
And let's see, Maldestino 1904 got to get more polish on him. That's polishing a turd. So
he's not going to run the ropes like Boogie did.
And here's the thing:
another legit wrestler in a mask. What is going on? How did this happen? Where did these people come from?
I don't know, and I don't care. I think it's awesome, man.
I love it, man.
All right, make sure you hit the like button, everybody,
and subscribe to the channel.
Figure it out, man. Please, God, we want you guys in here. You guys are the ones who help us figure this crap out.
Yeah. This is what it's like. I was like, hey, man, they like us.
With Cain, even if he's not going to be there very long, even if he is.
Hey, put in the live chat real quick. How did you find out about the Wrestling Council?
Every curious here, like throw it in there, man. Please, God, say it was the sign.
All right, so I want to throw out.
That would be amazing.
That would be awesome. There's this fat guy with a sign at the show, man. I was like, what the hell? I'll check it out.
I want to throw out one thing. My buddy at my comic store was telling me that he really thought that the power of positivity, so like Kofi Kingston, he should be the one to defeat Bray Wyatt. What do you think? The power
EVS
of positivity.
Feel the power.
That would be pretty sweet. I mean, it could be Big E also, but
my God, if it was Big E, I would love it. I love that dude.
I would like that. I mean, even if it was Kofi, I mean, hey, man, maybe this could be his new WrestleMania thing where he's like always winning championships.
I thought for a while it was going to be Brock, but they're going two different directions. I just don't see that anymore.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be
Roman. Yeah, we all know it's going to be Roman.
Just mentioned Brock. The reports that he asked Vince, he says he wants to start doing an angle with R-Truth.
Yeah, he thought that he had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, that segment was funny though.
It's hilarious, but I don't know how that would work as an.
If he isn't gonna wrestle on Raw, what do I care? I don't want to see him wrestle on a pay-per-view.
Run in and beat him up and leave. I mean, that kind of deal.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. I think it would get old really, really quick. But I'm tell you what, man. I'm still friggin' losing my mind over that match, over the Cody Lashes thing, man. I think that was the best storyline thing I've seen.
You know what I didn't like about it? Because you've gushed over it twice now. So
yeah,
I'm gonna
go ahead.
If I liked it, I like the emotion. I love the angle, but the lashes, you got Arn coming down, you got his brother coming.
Oh yeah, that was a lot.
If I took a belt and whipped Oooold, what's the worst that can happen other than it hurt?
Well, I can't smack you. I can't. Yeah, he did. You're right.
If you had a brother, he'd probably be laughing. He'd probably be laughing. Look at that. He's whipping him.
It's true,
man.
It's true.
I will say this. I do think that he oversold it. I mean, he acted like that thing was a cat of nine tails.
Which I get you're going to, but
right, that's right. It's a drama thing. I get it. They're telling a story. I will say it was fantastic.
When Wardlow hit him, that you heard that pop through the screen.
You saw that. It hurt. There's no doubt it hurt.
Yeah.
What the biggest one that had this giant welt was across the bottom part of his back. That's the one where Wardlow hit him.
And yeah, it's like I said, you heard the audience. I saw some of the, they were panning and getting the audience reaction, and they were like, oh.
Nothing hurts worse than when I moved.
Dude, my dad used to grab me by the wrist and I'd run in circles.
To hit me.
Yeah, I'd run in circles.
Wham!
Would whip my legs.
My father liked to play mind games. He would use a switch and he would make us go out and
mine did that too.
And bring it to.
Yeah, we had to pick our own switch.
And he would do that with the belt too.
If you didn't bring him a good one, he made you go out and get two. You're out there going, oh, okay, let me pick one of these that's not going to break my spine. If I take
we had the Weeping Willow tree out there. We had the Weeping Willow tree, and my mom would take a couple of them and then just make these like whip switches.
That's brutal.
Oh, dude, my mom would go in, bro.
Mom had nothing to deal with, nothing to mess with, man. Maldacito 1904. Yeah, the fan that attacked him was actually Frankie Kazarian. The fan that attacked MJF after he left the ring, after he kicked Cody in the balls and then took off and he ran away.
Brother, what is he?
Yeah, he ran up the stairs and he was like, right as he was going around the corner, if a fan attacked him, it was actually Frankie Kazarian in a hat.
That guy does double duty, man.
Dude, man, I'm gonna tell you what. When
beautiful.
They all come out, man. They're in the ring. Like I said, after in Cleveland, man, it was all the best friends. It was the new guy that came in and Cody, the Young Bucks. Everybody's down there, and they all actually came in and did the freaking best friend hug. There was like 10 people in the freaking ring. They are all friends, dude.
Okay.
Isn't that twice they had fans attack a wrestler? I think so. But
yeah, they gotta watch it on
used
that.
To get stabbed back in the day.
Yeah, that's the reason why you don't want to.
Yeah, you got to be really careful with the crowd participation, man. You don't want some kind of AEW thing happen where people are hitting people with friggin' microwaves and shit.
Batteries.
Yeah, I mean it's one thing to lastly, Cornette and not
Orange Cassidy
portray everything normal, like it's real. But when you are doing that and then also portraying a real angle, it's really tough.
Yeah.
Well,
you're asking a lot of some people.
They've got an episode of Stone Cold Podcast. Somebody had ripped it and loaded it up on YouTube, and he was talking about that incident in Germany where the fan ran into the ring, and what was it? Referee Mike Chioda and Triple H. They beat that dude down, and because he was talking about Triple H was calling for security, and they didn't have any security there, and they had to take the guy backstage, and everybody was like, well, why come Stone Cold didn't stomp him? He was like, well, I was the face over there. If I just started stomping the fan, then it would have looked bad. But he said that guy was a fan of Triple H in China, so I'm winning And so he decides to rush in, and then Triple H was selling his, oh, I got stunned. Oh, and then the guy comes in, he immediately jumps up. Boom! So, like Mike Chioda, who I understand had some legit martial arts training and stuff like that, just like kicking that dude and giving him that work. If you hop in the ring, it's just like people at the Super Bowl or boxing events or whatever. They try to be part of the show. Whatever happens after that, that's on you, bro.
You're getting it.
I mean that. So that's
in the scrum, you're getting it.
All right. This has been a very interesting episode of the Wrestling Council. Oooold Berrrg. Berrrg.
We got a corner.
Are we looking forward to WWE SmackDown this Friday?
Somebody's gonna eat dog food.
Oh, really?
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wanted them to 10 buckets of the shit.
Exactly.
No. I want to see it with a fork and a spoon, man. That's
like eating. They just dumped it on him instead of making him eat it. They dumped it on him, and then I was like, okay. And not to mention that looked like chili to me. The other head,
it looked good. Oh, it's so foul! I can't believe it.
I bought canned chili so many times. I was like, that was canned chili, bro. I was like, don't play me.
I mean,
I'll tell you what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to New Japan Pro Wrestling's The New Beginning in Osaka this Sunday.
Who's in that
February 9th.
No.
We got
anybody?
Yes, Will Ospreay and Kazuchika Okada versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Taichi, Sonata versus Jay White, Hiromu Takahashi versus Ryu Lee, and John Moxley versus Minoru Suzuki. And Tetsuya Naito versus Kenta. It's gonna be freaking awesome. I know.
Tell him, Mini Meltzer.
I like Zack Sabre Jr. That's the guy I like.
I am going to turn you guys. I told you I'm going to turn you guys on to New Japan. I'm buying this thing, and I'll share the rerun of it with you guys.
All right.
Watch it.
I like New Japan. I just don't have enough time to watch it.
I'll watch it. I'll give it a fair assessment. But if it sucks, Bob,
it's not going to suck, man. It's not going to suck. That match with Moxley and Suzuki is going to be freaking insane.
That's going to be the title of next week's show: The Roast of Mini Meltzer.
Oh man, the chat is off the hook. I love you guys, man.
Let's dog on Meltzer next week.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. That guy, he is not just an announcer. That guy is the MC for the entire show. I give that guy a lot of props.
You seen his shirt, right? It's like J O. The whole shirt's just O's, and then at the end it says N. He's got a shirt on Pro Wrestling.
From Cat, Evil's cool, dude. I love that guy.
Evil O?
No, Evil is there's a wrestler in New Japan.
Oh, okay, I thought you were talking about that dude from the fucking Dark Order or whatever. I was like, fuck that guy.
Not
Evil Uno.
Dark
Order. Evil Uno. Yeah, that dude. Your wrestling is shite, mate. You gotta
watch old Smash Brothers matches.
I'm gonna tell you, my favorite match though is going to be the special 8-man tag match with Kota Ibushi, Chase Owens,
my brother,
and the Tokyo Pimp. Yujiro Takahashi, he's going to be there with Spider, my favorite.
Chase just re-signed with New Japan. He posted on Twitter that his contract was up, and everybody's like, okay, the post tomorrow is going to be that he re-signed, and that's true.
Yeah.
Proud of that guy, man. He came from a small town, made it to New Japan.
David Finley, Tongaloa, Juice Robinson, and Tama Tonga. So, awesome.
Wrap it up, Mini Meltzer.
That's I'm trying to wrap it up, but we keep talking
about Bob.
I was like, okay. I was like,
what is that, an Oscar promo? What are you doing?
I was like, first of all right, we will be live next week on the SNB network.
Go subscribe right now.
Yes, please do. You can find it on my favorite channels list, the SNB network. We will be live right here, same bad time, same bad channel, just on the SNB network.
Yeah, there's so many new people in the chat tonight, which is awesome. Anybody that's confused, we're bouncing back and forth. We're on Antonio's channel, which is Akari Press, which is where you're at. Smash the subscribe button. Next week, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern time, will be on my channel, SNB.
And then we'll be right back here. We're
back.
We're just rotating and keeping the line, So, and you guys have been amazing. We thank you so much for inviting us into your homes each and every single week. here on the Wrestling Council.
Oh no, I refuse. God help us all.
Flat Earth is real.